Then they'll just all connect into it.
All right, so now that we're live, your kids stay here.
No, I don't. They don't.
We'll do their 6 feet. Well, no, we'll do our 6 feet. Let's see. What I was going to do is I was going to line up this board a little bit better to get
That's
it
actually pretty.
little bit closer, because some kids complained that it wasn't working. So
It seems like you've got a good chunk of the board on there. How about, are they hearing the microphone okay?
Yeah.
The audio? Yeah. Should be. These things pick up really well.
Yeah. So we're live, and now we'll see which first kid is.
Yeah, because you got down to the sign there, so that's plenty of board.
Yeah, I hope so.
It seems like it's a little dark, but I think that's the
Reflection.
yeah, it's the way it's the angle here.
Yeah, I'm going to grab that marker. I'm going to use the dark one, and then I'm going to close this. When the sun came in the other day, I realized,
Oh, the glare.
Yep. And then if you cut off the backlights, it makes it look brighter too.
Yeah, they should have no problem seeing it.
But because it's a reflection of the lights. See that?
Josh, Danny, and Allie.
Hey, the 3 are there. Hey, that's not bad. We're just getting ready. We're just talking about you guys. Watch them. They're going to all pop up. Since I was here first, can I get less homework? Hey, I think that's a good idea. We should have that. Except for you guys to start checking in at 11. Hey, Molly's here. Hey, look at that. Mr. Rosine, Molly woke up.
Wow.
It's already 1 o'clock and she's awake. Ready to roll for the day. I just showed Mr. Paley's here. And I was just showing Mr. Rosine how this works. Hello? Yep. Hey. Yes, Dalton. I will call you back in a little while. Fair enough? Hello? Yep. I'm still here. I'll call you back in a while, okay? Dalton. He's finally checking in. All right.
Yeah.
Molly says she was up at 7. I was up.
I can't believe that.
Molly, I was up early this morning myself too. So yeah, but all we're doing is talking about stats. So mean, mode, median, and then standard deviation. We're gonna go over it. I just had to make sure they had all their calculators. Molly is ready to learn. Yeah, she is. She's ready. She's just like you, Josh.
Yeah.
We got 7 of the 9 up, so that's not bad. Hallie just showed up. See? So that's how they work. So, okay.
And if mine's awake.
I don't know.
You shouldn't check into the past. Was she on there?
Nope. Allison's here. Josh's here. Danny's here. Haley, Molly, Hallie. They just go in and out. We got 1 more minute before we start, so we're in good shape. Oh, Katie.
She just read switched down there.
Okay, yeah, all right. And I think, and Jaden just got his book, I think. See?
Yep.
And that's all you do, and then we're on board.
I'll run down and check with Mr. Mayor, see if he's got my laptop. No, he's got yours.
Okay, yeah, you got the better one. All right, there they are. They're all there now. All right. Yep. Samantha Ellison popped in. All right, so we're ready to start. I'm going to start. It is 12:30, so we can get done.
I'll probably connect it down on that one just
okay. All right. So, hey, welcome back. Second day of Life in the Fast Lane. Right now, I can give you some information that you might want to know. I got some of your work in. It was pretty good. I need the rest of you guys' work. I hope everybody has a calculator now. We should all have calculators. And let me tell you what it was all about last week. Monday, this week, Monday, I should say. We were talking about variance and standard deviation. And we know the mean, mode, and median. But what is standard deviation? Well, it's like the possibilities of you getting the virus, the coronavirus. If they test 100 people and they have 2 people that are infected, the standard deviation might show a different thing. We'll take the average from every time that they've ever tested, and we plug that average in, and the standard deviation might be 3. So what that means is you can have 3 more or less than 3. So we could go really from 0 to 5. If you test 100 people, your average should come out from 0 to 5. That's what it's about. That's standard deviation. When they put in all the results, they plug it in, and standard deviation tells you how far you could be off. If we quiz 100 people about who they're going to vote for in the next election, Trump, Biden, or whoever, and we get 35 people say they're going to vote for Biden here in North Dakota, they'll have a plus or minus 3. So what they mean is it could be 38 out of 100 or 32 out of 100. That's your range. That plus or minus part is your standard deviation. And did anybody have any problems with doing standard deviation on the calculator? Anybody at all? Because I have a calculator here. Anybody have any problems doing standard deviation? Anybody at all? Last chance. Anybody at all? Josh said no. If Josh says no, I hope the rest of you say no. But I'm not saying that you have to. But if you had problems with it, I will tell you. Did anybody else? Molly said no. I need to know if you had any problems. You can just type in and say no, so I know that you didn't have any problems with it. Some of you already did your homework, so I saw that. But okay. All right. Katie had no problems. Sam had no problems. Good. Paley, no problems. The only reason I'm asking because we're going to have a little quiz on it. So I want to make sure that everybody understands how to do it. Okay, Danny. Danny said no. Yes, Josh, I burned you. Well, I'm teaching class. What would you expect? I'm trying to be there for you. I don't want to change things up now. And I expect you to ask lots of questions too right after I teach. So I'm there for it. All right. So here we go. I'd like you to enter some data. In your book, if you would please, go to page 720. Go to page 720. Okay? Everybody go to page 720. And if you still don't have your books with you or you still left them out, I'll hold it up for just a brief second. Let you snap a picture. Okay? Just in case you don't have your books out. Here we go. That's the page I want. Okay, that should have been long enough for you to snap a picture, just in case you didn't bring your book with you. Okay, and what we're going to do is we're going to type in problem number 9. Problem number 9. So in your stats, I'd like you to type in problem number 9. So here we go. So under stats, under edit, under your list, we're going to type in problem number 9. That's 4.3. And then the 6.4, and then the 2.9, and the 3.1, and the 8.7, and the 2.8, and the 3.6, and the 1.9, and the 7.2. Okay? And make sure that that's all that you have on your list. Sometimes people write things below that, but make sure your lists were cleaned out. All right. And I'm going to second quit. So I second quit. I'm back out of it. I got my list all done. All right. And what I'd like to do is we're going to go in and type up, first of all, your mean. Okay? So what I'd like you to do is from like your homework the other day, just so I know you know how to do it, I'd like you to do the mean. And then type your answer in. So on the thing, just type your answer in. Around to the nearest tenth. That'll be fine. Okay, so type your answers in. And I did the mean. Okay? I did the mean on that problem. Problem number 9. Oh, some right answers. Allie, Sam, Molly, Paley, Katie, Danny. Okay. Yeah. All right. Seeing 5 so far. 6, 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 6, 7. Yeah. All right. I have mine here. That's the 7th one. There's 2 of you still missing, but I had my answer. Yeah. Okay. You got an error, Hallie. Well, I would think that maybe you didn't type it in right, but let's double check. Go under stat and edit and enter, and you should have your list like that. And then I second quit that, and then I just typed in under second list, go over to math, typed in mean of L1 or 1, and you got to hit second L1, not just 1, and it shouldn't have gave you an error. All right. If you try that, see how that works for you, Holly. If you had another question, just type it up. All right, let's try standard deviation on that same problem. So again, I'm going to go to my second list. So second list. Okay, I'm going to arrow over to math, and standard deviation is number 7. So I'm going to go down to, good, you got it, good. I'm going to go down to standard deviation, hit standard deviation, I'm going to hit enter. And then I'm going to type in second 1 from list 1. And my standard deviation means that I'm 2.3. So if you think about this, your first answer, your mean average was 4.5. Standard deviation is 2.3. So you can go up 2.3 or you can go back 2.3. Let me erase this other little part here real quick. So we did our mean. We found it was 4. Let me crank that down nicer, a little bit nicer. We found the mean was 4.5. Okay, but we can go back 2.3 because standard deviation tells us we can be off. So we could go from 2.2 or we could go up 2.3 to 6.8. So our values, when we found the average, could be between 2.2 and 6.8. That would be normals. Okay, that's what standard deviation does. Good, everybody's getting 2.3. That's great. And that's what I did was I just subtracted 2.3 and I added 2.3. And this gives me my range. So this is your range. You need to write that down. This is the range. If you're in that range, you're correct. Your answer will be perfect if it's in that range based on normalcies. Okay, and that's all I asked you to do the other day. Okay, but today I'm going to move on a little bit. Let's go. And again, I'm going over to the normal distribution. It's over on page 724. So 724, normal distributions. And what it's going to do, it's going to show you a curve. And we call it a bell curve. Because it gives you a nice looking bell. Okay? It gives you a nice even bell. That's what happens. They call that a bell curve because here's what happens. Let's say back in the day, I was doing grades. We had one person who had an F, one person who had an A, one person or two people that had a D, two people that had Bs, and most of the majority was at a C. And I knew a professor at college, he said, hey, that's what we're going to do. We're going to get a bell curve. And I asked him, I said, well, what if everybody gets an A? Well, some people aren't going to get an A. You're going to get a C. And I thought, how stupid is that? Because let's say I got a 96% and I'm getting a C in his class. And that's what happened when I went to college. And I thought, man, I'm at a 96%, I'm getting a C because he wanted a bell curve. because that's how it should be graded. I don't believe that. What happens a lot of times is positively skewed or negatively skewed. What they mean by that is, let's say that there were more A's. Say we took our class and we had no F's, so there was no F's. There was one D, so one D. There was no C's, and then there was a whole bunch of B's and A's up here. That's what would happen. We'd have a peak, and there's nothing wrong with that. I think if you get a grade, you deserve to get that grade. We could have it look like this, And that's a skewed bell curve, they call it. A skewed means it just doesn't look like a bell curve. But when we find the mean, like we did here from the other day, we found our mean, then it tells us the range. And that range should be where everybody falls in. And normally it is true. If I was to take an opinion poll right now about the coronavirus, I bet you we'd get a skewed view right here. We'd get one that looked like this. And if I said, down on this end, does it suck? Or does it suck to be inside, or does it really, it's just a sucky deal. I can't think of a better word for it. A bad deal? Or is it really good? Is it a really good thing being inside? Now, some people would say it doesn't, and a lot of people say it's a good thing that you're inside away from everybody else who has the virus. It just depends on the question you ask. And you might get it skewed like this. But the most common is a normal distribution, and everything breaks out that way. And then they'll tell you the range falls between that. Like, I can figure out, like, your shoe sizes. Would everybody tell me your shoe size, please? Just type it in. Don't do halves. Do, like, to the whole number so I can do it quickly. So if you got an 8.5, you're a 9. Okay? Okay, so James got a 13. Okay. Come on, give me your shoe sizes. Allie, 9, an 11, 6, 20. Josh, give me your right shoe size, ding dong. 8, 9. Okay, and we're only waiting on Josh to come back from his 20 shoe size. Jeez. And we're going to type this into our stat again. Okay, Josh at 11. Good. There we go. We got it. All right, so let's just type all these in on our stat again. So we go back on our calculator, and I'm going to edit. Second quit. But first, I'm going to clear my list. If I forgot to tell you, second memory. And then you go down to clear all list and hit enter. And it's all done. So now I can go back to my list and enter these stats in under edit. So we got 11, 13, 9, 11, 6, 8, and 9. There we go. Second quit that. And we're going to do our mean first. Remember, we always have to do our mean. So we're going to do second list, go over to math, go down to mean, and then second one. And I got a mean now. So what's your mean? Type it up when you get your mean. You don't have to do repeating, just nearest tenth. What mean do you get when you have them? I'm just waiting on you guys. There we go, 9.3. Sam, Allie, 9.3. Katie got 9.3. Danny's 9.3. Jane, yeah, 9.3s. All right, so we're all good. We're all getting 9.3, and I actually got 9.3 repeating decimal, and I agree with you. Good, everybody did. All right, now we're going to do standard deviation. So, again, second list, go over to math, go down to standard deviation, hit enter, and we need to go second one again. And I got my standard deviation to the nearest tenth now. Good. Some of you got this figured out, and it's really going to pay big dividends today. Good. Yeah. We're getting 2.1 all the way around. Good, this is really good. Good job, guys. So we can go 2.1. This is our standard deviation. This is our mean. So that means our range is going to fall somewhere between 11.4 at the top end. And at the bottom end, if we subtract 2.1, 7.2. Now, if you remember, we listed everybody's foot size here. And I'm telling you they're between 7s and 11s. Most people should be between 7 and 11. Let's look. 11, 13. There's one that isn't. 9, 9, 11, 6. There's one that isn't. 8, 8, and 9. But everybody else was. Now think about this. This is that bell curve. Let me line this up for you. Here we go. We're going to put them in order. 6. No 7s. We had 1 here. We had 0 here. 8s, we had 2. 9s, we had 3. 10s, 0. 11s, 2. And 13s, 1. And if we graph this, we'll have 2 marks here. 3 marks here. 2 here, 1 here, 1 here, and we're not going to worry about the zeros. Look at this. Bell curve. It works. And most people, if you take your mean and standard deviation, you can get yourself a nice bell curve. There's a nice little bell curve. I know we had zeros on either side of it, but take a look at that. Makes sense now? And that's what normal distribution is about. And that's what they're talking about. All right? And then they're talking about whether it's skewed or not. And what they mean by skewed, if you look on the top of page 725 or bottom of 724, they show you positively skewed when it goes to the left, negatively skewed when it goes to the right. That's how they say it. It's not necessarily true, but it should have probably been positive skewed if it went over to the right like this, but they don't. That's negative. So look on the bottom, page 724. Negative is to the right. It'll look something like this. All over there. This is negative. Positive is when it starts over here and it's used that way. Positive and negative. So you have this little, like that. And a normal distribution is where it's centered. Okay? Questions on any of that? Anybody got any questions on this? All right. Well, today's assignment, and again, remember, if you haven't got Monday's assignment done, it's due by midnight tonight. I am not staying up to look at my text. I'll just look to see. I know a couple of you already got them in. All you do is take a picture of it. It's not really hard. Just take a nice little screenshot of what you have. We're going to do the exact same thing. You're going to find the mean and only standard deviation now. You're only going to find the mean and standard deviation. Okay, so nobody has any questions. Molly said no. Anybody else got any questions? Last chance, any questions? Want to take a picture of that board? All right. All right. So we'll be good for later. All right. So over on page 726 and 727. Okay, 726 and 727. What we're going to do is we are going to actually figure out where the score is going to fall between. So you're going to find your mean, your standard deviation, and then you tell me the low end and then the high end, like we did on this problem. That's all you have. That's the range. Yep, you're going to have to find the range, Josh. Yep. So I'm going to give you the problems. All you're going to have to do is plug them in. And now, remember, they're going to be tricky here. Everybody go over to page 727, please. Go over to page 727. Okay, look at problem number 9 and 10. I can tell you how they are just by looking at them. Because look, on problem number 9, all the bigger numbers are further to your left. So if it's further to your left, it's positively skewed. And number 10, If you look at it, the bigger numbers are right in the middle, so it would be a normal distribution. That's all you have to look. And then if you look at number 11, they're all to your right. The bigger numbers are to your right. So when they're bigger to your right, it's negatively skewed. And that's what they mean. You could just look at the charts and you could tell how they're skewed or not skewed. That's all you have to do, okay? What I'm going to do today is, when I looked at my assignment for normal distribution, I looked at all the problems they gave us, and I'm going to give you some numbers that we're going to do in class. We're going to take our own numbers, and I'm going to write them on the board, and we're going to use those. And those are the problems you have to do. This is a very easy assignment today. Very easy. I know, way too easy for all of you. But, I'm doing what I can to help your blues because you're inside. Does anybody else need to see the board? Last chance? Last chance? Anybody? All right. You feel comfortable? All right, here we go. All right. We're gonna tell each other how many friends you have. Now, we're not gonna do the friends that you have on Facebook because that sucks, or Snapchat or TikTok, or because then you got like 5,000 friends. But the number of friends you actually have that you hang out with, the number of friends that even if they're distance friends that you're really close to, we're going to do distance friends, okay? So Josh is saying he has 0. Josh, I'll be your friend. Josh has 1. Thank goodness Josh has 1 friend. Okay, how many friends do you have? Just any amounts. Okay, where everybody in the class has to answer this. Molly, 5. Do I need to write bigger? Because I can. Jaden, 4. Sam, 6. I'll write a little bigger here. Danny, 6. Hallie, 5. Hallie, 5. Katie, 6. And Paley, 5. All right, that should be everybody. All right, so that's your first one. Okay, those are your numbers for it. That's your first problem. Problem number 2. Problem number 2. How many cars does your family have, or vehicles? Vehicles, it could be a combine, it could be a tractor, it could be anything. How? Just a rough estimate. How many vehicles does your family have? Okay, how many vehicles does your family have? Okay, 4. Josh is 4. So Danny, 5. Sam, 20. Hallie, 8. Allie, 30 plus. So I'll just write 30. Haley, 15. Katie, 10. And Jaden, how many thousands do you have? 30. Okay, so he's got 30 plus. All right. So those are your second problem, and you got to find the range. Now, how much? Can't count high enough. Had bet on those. You probably couldn't. Now, how much money do you have in dollars, And just a rough estimate, you might have your little spare piggy bank or your bank account or your savings account. How much money do you think you have saved or your parents have saved for you just in a savings or bank account or what you have in your bank account or dollars laying around? Okay, 4,200. Josh, $2. Geez, Josh, I'll loan you some money, Josh. We'll go to $5 for Josh. All right, 20 for Danny. Allie, 7. Okay. $50 for Katie. $300, $1,500. $10,000. Okay, I'm gonna have to put that one down below here. It's part of that one. And then we're either way, savings, whatever money you have around, whatever you have in savings. Some people don't, believe it or not. Some people do not save money. Like my kids, Ian and Olivia both have about $1,300 in their accounts. John has probably 4,000 or 5,000 right now in his savings. So I know how broke we are, but that's the savings that parents have helped us with, or savings that we have available. All right, so we're good to go here. All right, so those are your 3 problems. Okay? Those are your 3 problems. And you're going to find all 3 values, and you're going to do mean, and then the standard deviation is to show me the range by subtracting and adding the standard deviation. Very easy homework today. I mean, that one you can get done in a couple of minutes, and that's great. Then the other thing that I have for you on the side, okay, that's your homework. I'll get the thing a little closer. Okay, that's the other side. What we're going to do on Friday is we're going to talk about exponential and binomial distribution. It's the next one in your book, and they have experiments that you can do, but we're going to actually take stats that are out there, and I'm actually going to take the coronavirus in our area, and also, just for you, Jaden, I'm going to do it in Colorado, just so you can see the difference between our states and their states. We're similar in size and population, of course not, but I want to show you some of the sampling that's out there. All right. Yeah, Sam, I can give you extra credit for the probability game. We're going to actually finish probability up at the end of this chapter. So that's used on your test. And yeah, we should play our card games out. We'll probably do it in class one of these days prior to taking our test. Okay. We're probably 2 or 3 assignments out, but we will get all the card games finished. Okay. And I have the boys' back there. I think it was turned in, or maybe I had it right here. In fact, some of it was turned in, I know, and I didn't ask for it, but it was turned in anyway, because I was looking at that even today. I thought, geez, who turned that in? But yeah, I do have it. So we'll get that together. No, you're not getting a card game to get fewer questions. These are the 3 questions. Good one, Molly. Nice try, but no, if you can't do these 3 in a matter of minutes, I'm not giving you extra to drop it off. All right, I'll tell you what, Molly, I would do it just for you. Molly, if you can guess the right card and the suit, you only have to do 1 problem. You, Molly, just you. Okay, go ahead, Molly. And I'm going to get the cards up here. All right. Here you go. The card is on top. You guessed this card and the suit. Card and the suit. Your odds are 1 out of 52. No, you don't get anything against you if you get it wrong. Seven of diamonds. Would anybody else want to guess just for fun? But we're only going by Molly's, because she's the one that asked the question. So it pays to ask a live chat question. Okay. Nobody else wants to guess what it is? Last chance. 5 spades by Sam. Oh, Molly, look how close you were. 8 of diamonds. Oh, so close. You said 7 of diamonds. You lost. Guess what? These 3 problems, they're all yours. I didn't cheat. I did not cheat. The 7 is in here somewhere. Oh, there it is right down there. Ha. I did not cheat. I had them up in front of you. I couldn't pull a card. Josh, if you can think of the number that I'm thinking in my head, that's pretty improbable. Because I would pick like a number like 6.97854, and I know you won't guess it. All right, so here we go. Your homework for today. Anybody got any questions? Any questions? Last chance. Go ahead, Josh. Try to think of the number I'm thinking of. Hurry up. How about we all do 3 problems? Thank you. But nice try, Katie. Josh, what was the number? Yeah, we still have tests in this class. I'm actually giving a test in geometry today because they were on their study review when we left school. So yeah, we do. We have tests. I'll show you when we get there. Okay, well, Josh, the number I was choosing was 8.917. Okay, so yeah, you'll enjoy the test. And by the way, don't plan on coming back to school next week. It's not going to happen. We already know this ahead of time. They already tell us a week out how far we are out. Right now, we're indefinite, but next week for sure, we're out of school. So just so you know. And next week, remember, after Friday, then you guys would meet on Tuesday and Thursday. Okay? What about prom? Don't know. That one, we'll talk that over next week again. First week of April was when we were scheduled to talk it out. Are we ever going to come back right now? No, not right now. I mean, if it's like this, even in a month, we wouldn't be back in school. But if they see the peak and then it starts dropping off, yeah, I think we will see it. I'll be honest with you. I don't know. I wish I did. I wish I was, could look in the crystal ball and knew it was going to happen, but I don't. We just play it week to week. Yeah, see about graduation. Like I said, I don't know. And I think that we should. I think we'll just do it virtually if we can't do anything. Everybody will get up there and you do your Facebook and we'll do all the announcements. And of course, there'll be all this audience that isn't there. Nobody will ever know. I'm just making up things. I don't know. I wish I knew these questions. You know what I wish we did, though? I wish we had just a fun night where when this peaks and when this drops back down, when people aren't so susceptible to it, I think we should all just have one school fun night, And no, we're not going to go longer. We're not going to go longer. Our school, we're really dedicated to this. You guys, when you get done with your graduation time, it's graduation time. I think they could always come up with a date where you could walk across the stage. And there's nothing wrong with that. What does it matter whether you graduated in May and you walk across the stage in, say, June 2nd, just for that weekend, just have a graduation, So, I don't know. I don't know what they're going to do. And we'll see how this virus goes. If it goes like the government said the other night, I don't know. We probably won't be here next year the way they're talking. But they say they think it's going to peak in April. We'll wait and see. We'll see how well people take care of themselves. Yeah, hey, I like the outdoor graduation. That's a good idea. You know why? I'm thinking outdoor graduation at the lake. So everybody can be out in their boats or and have your own pontoon and everybody videotaping it. I'm just joking. I don't know. I don't know what kind of graduation would be best. Just it's something. I think they need something, and especially for you seniors, you deserve it. And yeah, you just deserve it, and I think it's good, and they're going to do what's best for everybody in the community. But even if the seniors walk across stage, got their diploma, and people had to do their things separate, that's not so bad. Have the parents spaced out or the little groups of people because you're around your family anyway. That group can come in first, and you can have your 5-10 people in their little areas, maybe on the bleachers. Anything would work. So I'm not saying anything's out yet. We won't know until this virus runs its course. So we got to watch and see. Everybody's kind of in the same place, unfortunately. Any other questions? Remember, I don't have my crystal ball, so I don't know the answers. I do have a card deck I can manipulate, though. So, all right. Well, if there's no more questions, you guys have a wonderful day. Yeah, it is sad to say you miss school, but there's lots of things about school that are nice. That's why I'm doing it live YouTube, so you can always go back and look, and I don't have to worry about how you are dressed for the day. Don't want to dress code you, do I? Josh, I didn't look up the answer to number 1. I haven't even done these problems. I'm going to take a picture of them and do them later. We just made this up. Okay? Show the lockers, please. All right, Josh, I'll show the lockers. Why? He felt left out because Maddie? Okay, well, let's take a look. We'll see what's in the hallway. We're going to do a hallway walkabout. We'll see who's here. Yeah, it's rather dark in here. There's nobody in there. That's just... Oh, hallways are dark. And as we walk down this way, Mrs. Klein is downstairs on the ITV. Look. Empty. Look at this, seniors. I'll show you something. Locked, of course. And then down this hallway, back to the room. Yeah, there's nobody around. Usually, Mr. Fisher comes in, does his, and Mrs. Klein does. Everybody else does them online. So, and here you go, sophomores. Here's yours. There you go. There's a big tour of the school. All right. Well, you guys have a good day. And you have a wonderful next couple days. Get your homework done. Remember to take a picture of it, send it to me, and then I'll see you on Friday. All right. Take care. See you guys. I'm going to end this. Adios. Thank you, Josh. You too.